Suji, you were explaining to me the other day that when devotees struggle with giving up sense gratification, which is like as monks and otherwise also, because this, especially in today's time when there is so much just at your fingertips, you can access. So how do you deal with it? Because sometimes on a conscious level we are trying to be devotees. Consciously we know that we are supposed to do this, but our previous programming is still running. Internally on a subconscious level we are still not devotees. So sometimes that comes up, and then we succumb to sense gratification. How do you deal with that? You had explained to me this 5-part solution. Would you like to throw some light on it?
There are many solutions, Prabhu, but I personally think it's. I think we have kind of sometimes hyped up the problem of sense gratification. We've like everything becomes sense gratification. Like even if you have good prasadam, you condemn yourself for having sense gratification. So if you are basically struggling, if your life is full of struggles, then Krishna consciousness will tire you out, and you will land up with a lot of sense gratification, an inordinate amount. Because sense gratification, yuktahara viharasya, Krishna says everything in the right amount is healthy. But when we generally overemphasize on the need to abandon sense gratification, then we land up with people who are struggling all the time, 24 hours. So if you live in the space of struggle, then it's like, it's tiring to the brain. Just like if you walk 21 kilometers during Govardhan Parikrama, your legs start paining after the end of the Parikrama, right? Then you don't chastise yourself for your legs paining. You say, it's okay, it's naturally, it will tire. Similarly, for morning to night, if you are saying no and you're making right choices, I have to choose Krishna consciousness, I have to hear a Bhagavatam class, I have to say no to WhatsApp, I have to say no to this, I have to choose deity worship. So our bhakti practices are all centered on directed attention. It is voluntary attention, it is not involuntary. Watching YouTube is involuntary, you can easily watch without endeavor. But bhakti practices for most of us, I'm not saying all of us, for most of us it invokes voluntary attention, which means you have to make a choice, which means you have to say no to certain things. So that means at the end of the day your brain is tired, just like your legs are tired when you walk a lot. When you keep making conscious choices, your brain gets fatigued. And then instead of acknowledging that your mind is tired, just like your legs would be tired, you start chastising yourself by saying, what the hell, you are not a devotee, you are not able to pay attention, and then you try to pay more attention and you get more tired. It's like your legs are aching and you try to run more, your legs will break. Similarly, when you are tired mentally and then you try to pay more attention, your brain will break. You just can't do it. So my solution is completely different. What I generally propose to devotees is that please understand what are the activities which helps you connect to your higher self, not the lower self, but higher self, but activities that help you connect to your higher self, but which invokes your involuntary attention, which means those activities which help, for which you don't have to struggle to pay attention. Like for me, going on a nature walk invokes involuntary attention. Putting oil on my body, massage, and then I apply oil and I relax and I inhale and exhale, I enter the space of sattva. That is involuntary attention. Reading poems and writing journals is involuntary attention. So I have a list of 10-15 activities for which I don't have to struggle. So I ensure that every day I spend at least some time in that space where my involuntary attention, which helps me nourish my higher self, is invoked. I spend some time in that space. So that will give us a higher taste. And eventually, when we have a life centered on activities that require less tiredness to the brain, but more nourishment and more healthy, in that space we can eventually give up sense gratification.